I was leaving an aerobics class with my husband, and I was walking on the sidewalk and I stepped on a manhole lid that was not closed properly, and I fell in it. I injured my neck and my knees. I was taken to an emergency facility that day and released. It wasn't until a couple of months later, after a lot of pain and problems and headaches and just an excruciating amount of torture, if you will, that I ended up seeing a doctor and found that I had massive injuries. So at that point I knew I couldn't handle financially or emotionally everything that was being thrown at me. So I knew I needed some help. So I went to an attorney. Then after very little effort on his part, he called me and said, "We're not going to work on your case anymore." Unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have much time left to file a case, and they had not filed anything yet. I got a hold of Lynn and on a Monday, and the next day was my time limit. And he told me on Monday morning that if I could meet with him the next day, bring all the information that he requested, that he would definitely take my case and do everything that he could for me. And he did. His staff was exceptional. They were there for me every time I had a question and called or had a problem. They were there to help me. Lynn would call me every time something came up, so I knew what was going on. The paperwork was filed the same day as my deadline. He did a lot of work on a Tuesday morning by noon to get this so that we could even process it. It was an exceptional thing that he did for me. I felt like an injured bird, and he took me under his wing. I would recommend Lynn Harris. I was injured so severely and felt alone, and of course dropped by another attorney and at the last minute, and yet he did so much for me and my family.